Hi guys, this is Lee Thompson with Pig-Chicka-Cow-Cow. I was asked on the internet last week to show you guys how I fillet the fat off my chicken skins. So the first things first is I like to use this plastic cutting board, and I don't like to use the disposable ones for chicken skins because what actually happens here is there's grooves in this cutting board from using it so much, and all those grooves help you put the chicken down on and actually help the skin stick to the board when you're doing it. So what I like to do is throw the skin down there like this and then kind of just stretch the skin out over all these little nubs that are on the board from using it so often. And then I like to use, I have this really cheap knife, but the blade is real thin right here, and it just, whenever I use it, it puts the correct pressure across the whole chicken skin to fillet the fat right off. I have some other knives, Victorinox, and this is the flexible but it has a curved blade. The flex stiffness would probably be perfect if it was a straight blade. I don't do so well with this curved blade on the chicken skins. And I have the straight blade, but it is not flex. It is a stiff blade, and that's just a little too stiff for me. So I prefer this knife for the chicken skins, but I'm gonna try to get my buddy Kenny with That Sharpening Guy to get me this knife with a flexible stiffness. So what I do is this end back here, I don't really know what side of the chicken thigh it's on, but this end of the skin's always just a little thicker. I don't know why, but I always put that end towards me because what I want to focus on is this area here where the skin is just a nicer, thinner skin. And then, I know I'm not going to be able to use this piece up here, so there's no point in trimming that off. So just throw that away. I'm not going to use that piece, so just get rid of that. And I don't really trim my thighs or my skins to shape yet because I do that at a competition. But I typically start right here, where the skin kind of gets narrower. And I just put the blade down and just make a little incision. And you can see that it just starts lifting the skin, or the fat right off the skin. Okay, and then what I just did right there is I took my hand and I pushed the air bubble out of the way, so that way I don't pop it basically under the knife, because if you pop it, that'll create a hole in your skin. So just keep doing this. Just fillet straight up the entire skin. And if you just hold your knife flat against the skin and just take one smooth cut right across, the entire fat comes right off of the skin. And it's definitely important to have a sharp knife for this. Kenny sharpens our knives on a regular basis, and you can see it makes a world of difference. If I had a dull knife right here, this would probably not be going as easy. And that just up here near the end, probably not going to use that anyhow. I'm probably going to, I'll square this up whenever it comes time. So this entire chunk of fat comes off all in one shot, and you just discard it. Now I'm going to show you something, and don't try this at home. That's my disclaimer. Don't do what I'm about to do unless you feel comfortable doing it, because every single person that has ever taught anyone anything about using a knife is going to tell you this is a bad idea. But I don't like picking up the skin and moving it. So I fillet it back towards myself, and this is, like I said, anyone that knows anything about knives will tell you not to cut towards yourself, but I have done this enough times that I'm not worried about cutting myself too much here. I probably will now because I said that. And this is that thicker area of skin that I'm probably not going to use anyhow because my skin gets narrower right here. Probably not going to use any of this. I'm just going to take this and cut it off right there. So now I have a skin about that wide and that long. Now I have this this is a pretty big skin to use for a chicken thigh. I don't know if you can see, there's lines right here from where I filleted it off. So what I typically do is I'll just go perpendicular to that and just give it a couple scrapes real quick. You can see most of it comes right off pretty easy. And if there's any loose stuff, I'll just kind trying to hit it just a little bit, just literally with the tip of the knife, getting everything off. And what I'll do is, that's pretty translucent. So I take that and I put it on my piece of foil, and this is how we transfer them to the competitions, just because it's easier to have them all separated and they're not all sticking together. So I go through here, I'm really anal about this, and just make sure that it's all pushed down on that piece of foil. Get the next piece of foil, push it down. Now, you saw me, what I did with my knife a couple of times is I always have a paper towel there because I like to keep the blade clean. If you have a clean blade, it just makes the whole process a little easier. So the other thing is I like to keep my cutting board area clean where I'm trying to put the next one down. So I'll take that paper towel and fold it and just make sure the cutting board's nice and dry, because then the skin just sticks to the cutting board a little better. I got my garbage can here, throw the paper towel away, grab the next skin, kind of push it down onto the cutting board. And like I said, the cutting board is important. You don't want to use a disposable type cutting board for this, because the skin will actually just slide all over the cutting board, and that kind of makes it a little more difficult, because then you're chasing it all over the place as you're doing it. So sometimes as you're doing it, it may stretch and start getting a little wrinkle in it. So this is probably a little more effort than a lot of people put into it, but it works well for me. This is what I like to do. I don't like to do it. I lied. I hate doing this. This is the worst part about a barbecue competition right here. But, I get left with nice big skins to form around my chicken thighs come competition day, which I'm happy with, because we always end up losing 2 or 3 of them.